Hello, everybody. Start of week 10 here in the ARCA Menards series. Top split again. Really strong strength field. I was lucky enough to even make this. I was the last car in the split, and I think I only made it because there's a couple guys that normally run this that did not get in that are higher I rated than I am. So, managed to put it mid-pack, 13th. Pretty happy with the qualifying effort. Probably could have pushed it maybe a little bit harder, but honestly, I probably would have wrecked as well. So, it's going to be fun. If I can finish in the top 10, I will consider the win. We got a Colton just to our outside, one row ahead. Tire saving kind of a thing. It's more so using the throttle to keep it on the right rear, but not over-rotate it. And not heat up the right rear too much. That'll kill drive off. So, just going to watch. Cars on the outside, it's going to make it tough to get off the corner. Do what we can.
Still there.
Everybody's probably going to be trying to go around me because definitely probably out-qualified where I should be.
He's still there.
Just going to try to hang on the best that I can.
Steady, still there. Clear up high.
Find a place to settle in. Accidentally bumped the 3 there. Just want to settle. Try to remember to drive it hard enough. And watch out for spins like that, because they're going to come back up the track. I got into it.
Inside.
That was on me for hitting the wall.
Keep high. Clear low.
Well, good start to the week. Really good start to the week.
Still there.
Car's definitely jacked up. No meatballs, so we're just going to stay on the track. I think it's going to be worth more than taking the fast repair. The alignment is way out of whack. I don't know. We'll look at the replay and see if I did it all from smacking the wall myself, or if it was me trying, if I did get clipped.
10th position.
Obviously frustrating to have that happen early on. Dover's a really tough track. I could have spent a few weeks and still not even come close to mastering this.
Gap to Libo behind is now 2.7
We're sitting 10th though. 2 seconds back. I'm sure everybody behind is going to catch though, because I just don't have lap time. When we're half a second, 3/4 of a second off. But we're just going to do what we can. Like I said, without it being a meatball, I think it's still better to just stay out on the track. And yeah.
That lap was a 24.00.
Try to sacrifice or salvage a decent finish out of it. Too much throttle there. Out of turn 2, got it loose. Not a very good lap. We've still got a long way, like just under 40 to go. Maybe I'll actually be able to like save the tires somewhat with how slow I am in it. Like, I don't know. I mean, we're 5 seconds back from the 9, and he's running a 10.5 faster than what I could if I didn't suck. As I drive it into the wall. I've done that 15,000 times in practice. One going by me on the outside. We are not going to contend with anybody. Likely going to lose at least one spot. Probably fall back to 11th. It's the 20s gain on me. But no big deal. Hoping that 11th is as far back as I fall.
P10.
Also, forgot to mention, I am experimenting with force feedback. I was kind of doing some reading that people were talking about. It's helping kind of feel the car a little bit better, and I feel like I've been struggling with feeling the car and keeping it consistent through the corners. So I figured I'd try it and see if it made a difference. I'd given up pace in practice, but the tire wear felt better. So I figured I'd try it this race and see what happens. I'll make a decision if I want to go with it forward. 20's in the rear view mirror. Clicking off about 0.2 of a second faster than I am, so should be here in 6 laps or so, 5 laps. I could drive it a little bit harder, but not really gonna do me any good. I assume the 20 just was not involved in that. I don't know if checking up for the wreck would have been any better, honestly. I was kind of hoping it wasn't going to come up the track and I just drove it into the wall.
Brian.
Colton did make it through, it looks like. Whether or not he has damage, I'm not sure, but he's back to 9th. We are pulling away from the 23, so as of right now, I'm thinking 11th place is probably where we're going to finish, which, top half of the field, I will gladly take that. It's obviously lucky that, like, 3/4 of everybody in front of me were involved in that, but Levin with a really good run in 3rd place, although everybody's iRating puts them more than capable of doing anything in this. Now up to 8th. Just gonna get the 20 by since they're much faster.
You've just done a
it's not ever worth battling. And we're likely going to be going a lap down before the end of this. It'll be close.
P11.
So yeah, I'd like to stay on the lead lap to get an extra lap out of it for safety rating, but we'll see what happens. Get the 10 by.
You got one inside. They're on the inside.
These are all, if I took the fast repair, I'm sure lap times wise I'd be quicker, but I think I'd give up far more time on the track by not taking it. Or compared to not taking, excuse me. So really the only gap at this point to watch is the gap to the 1. 28 to go.
Your lap time was 24.80.
It's about 3.5, almost 4/10 faster. I mean, in theory, he's going to get by me before the end of the leader will, assuming that our delta stays the same. Let's see what I can do to try to cut that down.
That was 24.70.
20's not pulling away from me as fast as I thought they were. So I'm just going to keep driving, try to keep them in the sights. Maybe I can get there. Maybe somebody else will loop it up front. Although there's, slim chance of that happening. Kind of a boring race at this point now, but we're all separated out.
P11.
Delta the leader's starting to kind of level itself out, so every time I can do that, that's good for me in terms of being able to stay on the lead lap. And we were actually quicker than 20 the last time by. So maybe just maybe the 20 overdrove it.
The track temperature's rising.
Also still
It's
time
now
for me to overdrive it.
116 Fahrenheit.
We'll keep digging for a top 10 here. Hope is not lost. Figure they were just gonna get by and sail away. They did not. Never seen this. Not good. ARCA car.
I'll wait until we catch back up before we here.
That lap time was 25.00.
Fortunately, just because of how far I'm behind Colton in the 12, I don't think I have any shot to go any further forward than 10th, but I didn't even think I had a shot at 10th at this point.
Okay, Jake, that's half distance. Fuel levels are fine.
Finding a way around the 20 is going to be the hard part, though. Oh,
Right
not when the
side.
20 grabs the wall like that.
Clear outside.
Alright, there's the mistake. 20's also got front end damage that I did not see when I let them by. Now I just got to be mistake free.
P10.
We're going to have 20 to go when we cross the line. So keep it within 3/10 of what the leader's running, that'll keep me on the lead lap.
That last lap was a 25.02.
Ah, a little too much throttle there, out of turn 2, slid it a little too much. Also need to be getting about 3 to 4/10 on the cars ahead to have a shot at them, which I don't think is going to happen. Let's try not to overdrive it. Practice all of my tire saving and driving techniques the best that I can with how the car is.
You've just done a 25.13.
Not a good entry into one. Entered a bit too shallow, a little too quick. Washed up a bit too much in the center. Pulling away quite a bit from the 20, so I think the 20 was driving really hard trying to catch me. Probably killed the right side tires.
What was that called? Sorry.
10th position.
Colton
The
falling
gap
off
to
quite a
Ivo
bit.
behind is
I'm guessing he
increasing.
probably
It's now
lifted for the 12 though.
0.89.
We'll see what he does the next time by. I'm only going to have 16 laps to cut down a 8.5 second gap. So you're talking, again, still needing 3/10 to gap.
Good job, dude.
Car definitely falling off. Tire wear. Like, what's funny is tire percentages wear-wise isn't terrible, but it definitely,
All right, Jake. The next car
pace-wise,
is
falls
Haaland.
off. Colton gets by Jordan. Jordan looked like he turned a pretty slow lap last time by. I don't know if that's his actual pace or if he had a mistake. Last time by we were about a quarter of a second faster. You're still catching, but I think I should likely be able to stay on the lead lap. Just gonna keep digging, trying to click off consistent laps. See if I can get my way. Need a miracle, but we're in a gun for anything better than 10th. Just because there's no pressure from the 20 behind. Overdrove the middle of 3 and 4 there. Jordan also picking up the lap time up ahead, so I think he just had a mistake. Probably slid it too much.
The gap to Ivo behind is increasing. It's now 2.1 seconds.
Now I'm slowing back down again, so yeah, it's gonna be a 10th place finish. Back to the gap, or the original plan of just staying on the lead lap. Consistent laps, stay on the lead lap. Be happy with that. Wish I wouldn't have made contact, because really wanted, probably could have had a couple extra spots, and it would have been nice to have a decent finish in terms of safety rating. Trying to build that back up after a rough week 9. But sometimes you just can't control stuff.
Okay, Jake. Lap times are pretty consistent. The gap to Haaland in front is now 10 seconds. That was 25.21.
15, who's been dragging the wall, he's pretty slow. Let's hope he just stays high. He
You on the right
does.
side. Clear.
Clear him through 3 and 4. At least with this strength of field, everybody reasonably knows what to do in terms of when they're off the pace and not. So the respect that way has been nice. 16 actually got by the 20. So the leader's not even on the relative at this point. Which is a good thing. As long as I don't see him on the relative, then I know I'm way good. We're inside of 10 to go now.
The gap to Libel behind is now.
Still losing
2.9.
time to everybody up ahead. The optimistic side of me would like to say they somehow survived it and don't have damage. The realistic side of me says they're just better drivers.
That lap time was 25.37.
Wow, I way overdrove the middle of 1 and 2. Just loose there out of 2. 16's catching me. We're just going to let him go.
Carlo.
No
Inside clear.
reason
Take it down.
to jeopardize my run. Holding the top 10 just to stay there. Now this has been a boring race for you guys. Okay with just being able to settle in and have clear track, just to click off laps, try to stay in a rhythm. This is probably the toughest race for me this season. And my skill level is nowhere near good enough to be quick in this, so it takes all of my focus and concentration.
The gap to Libel behind is now 3.3 seconds.
I have 5 to go now. I don't know, I might run another one of these just to see what I can do and see if we can avoid the wreck, or I may just call it a week for ARCA and not chance getting wrapped up in a wreck and not being able to continue on. Sure, I could have been a little bit quicker. Damage is not helping things when the wheels pointed left down the straightaways. Just making the most of it. Hanging in there. 20's about to go a lap down, so that'll be fine. As long as I don't screw up, be 10 of us that finish on the lead lap out of 24. It's definitely a rough race. Like I said, it was pretty much all that wreck, though. I haven't seen any smoke or anything since that wreck.
2 to go.
Leader's gonna get the white flag. I have a lap and a half to go. Not a good 3 and 4, but we're just keeping it going straight at this point. White flag for me. Leader's gonna cross the line.
White flag, last lap.
Logan
That
got
lap
the
was
win
at
last week,
25.46.
first race of the week. It's just so good. Although the two really did a good job staying right behind him. Colton looks like he's going to grab an 8th place finish. Jordan, who qualified right in front of us, going to finish 9th. So everybody around improved. Did not get a top 10 based on
That's the end of
speed,
the race.
more on
Never
luck,
mind.
but
You were telling me earlier in the race,
I will
was
gladly
disappointed
take it.
my roommate playing the drums
I
now,
will
so
gladly
we're
take
doing
it. Take a look at tires. I
Oh, no worries. I was just saying,
don't think they're going to mean a ton.
not figuring out how to pass, so.
Let's see.
Letting
80,
you go. No
70.
worries about that.
Tire temps were pretty
I know I
close.
can't
Obviously,
float.
just sliding the right rear, but it's so
No,
hard to judge
can't
that
do this.
because of the
So,
damage.
probably partly on me too.
Funny thing is the
Good race,
damage
though.
doesn't look terrible. We'll get the overlay off.
Good race. Yeah, sorry.
Normally
if I
do
got
that
jumping like
first.
That was not my intention. I just overcooked it.
And then get the overlay. Let's see. I don't know, a little bit of right front damage. Let's go take a look at what happened.
No, Thomas, it had me crazy sideways and bounce. Like,
I'm not even gonna look at tires. 39.68 for Jordan. Holy cow. Not even gonna look at tires because it was just crazy. So we're just gonna watch from the start. So we get going. 6 did not get a good start. I think that's the 6th. Yeah. And I had the 3 behind me who was far quicker than I was. Colton. Outside gets a run, like, you kind of want to work the bottom, diamond it up about a lane off. Outside, though, carry some momentum if you can do it, so that's why Colton drove away, 6 drove away, the 3 drives away. I'm like, fine, no problem. And you got the 9. I think it was the 9. I don't know. The wreck's going to happen up here. I want to watch from my perspective, and then... Alright, I should have been on the brakes sooner. I still got hit by the 6 no matter what. Alright, so let's watch what happened with the wreck. It was the 7 that was behind me that was doing good. So let's look at the 13. So he's gonna get loose. I don't know if it was netcode or if he was loose. He gets. Let's see. What did he get into? So he gets into. That was the 17 and the 4. I don't know. He's here? Oops. Wrong button. Dum-dum. We're gonna watch this. So they were running 2x2 up front. So I don't know. I mean, it might have been netcode, honestly. Like right here, it jerks him down. Maybe it's netcode off the 2. I'm gonna assume because it looked like the car was fairly settled and tracking straight at that point. So I'm gonna assume it's gonna be netcode. And then he just, yeah, he definitely tried to save it. Overcorrecting is really easy. I can't tell you how many times I sent it back up the track in practice trying to save it. He just gets right into the 4 and the 17. And you got the 12. I don't know. It doesn't really have anywhere to go. He gets through it. The 8's going to get through it. Let's watch it from Colton's perspective because you also got the 6 who's going to come on, or the 3 who's going to come on the outside. The 3 just rides the wall. Yeah, they got lucky enough to get through there. Really good on them for getting through. I was on the brakes, getting into the corner. I went up to the wall. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I would have made it had I not gotten hit by the 6. I don't know. I can't. Maybe I could have gotten through it faster. Like, I saw the wreck and was kind of checking up, but that was my normal spot to start slowing down for the corner anyways. Like, I don't know if I hang up towards the wall, stay up here, kind of pull the same line that the 3 did, keep a little more pace, I probably could get through it. And then wouldn't lose quite as much pace with damage, but I don't think it would have made a massive difference. I think Colton and them were far enough ahead. I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe could have had a shot at a spot or 2 more. You know, maybe an 8th or 9th place battled with the 12 and 9, or the 9 and the 8. I don't know. Probably just need to practice even more lines, not just for what's going to be fastest, but for what's going to, help me in wreck avoidance in that way. But as played, I don't know what else I could have done differently. Yeah, unfortunately the 6 got me in the left rear, and that pinned me against the wall. I was headed for the wall anyways. Let's see, was it gonna stop sliding in time? I doubt it. Probably was still dragging the right side on the wall. Yeah, I don't know. They got the right side pretty good. I don't know. It's hard to say. Tough break for a lot of the field. A lot of the field. See how many other people it collected. Watch from the 4's perspective. Actually, we'll go back to the 6. So how many other people did this collect? Like, legitimately, like, almost the whole back half of the field got involved in some form or fashion. Wow, that's just so many people. So many people. There goes the 20. What happened to the 20? Sees the wreck, just ARCA braked it. Just absolutely ARCA braked it into the 23. Carried the 23 on the roof. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for calling it that way, but to me, that's gonna look like an ARCA brake. Let's watch it from the cockpit and see if it looks any different. I don't know. That's an ARCA brake to me. Like, you gotta be on the brakes sooner than that. You're lucky enough to have not had a meatball and continued on. That's an ARCA brake in my opinion. I don't know. Yeah, that was definitely an interesting race to say the least. So I'm sure Colton will have his out if you want to check it out. I'll take a top 10. Don't know if it was necessarily on pace, considering you had quite a few fast guys up front that I got there, but when I was expected to finish dead last anyways, can't really be too upset. May or may not attempt another one of these later this week. We'll see. Depends on how the rest of my racing shakes out. Well, if you guys enjoy that one, not the prettiest start to the week. Let's just hope that things can only go better from there and try to pick up some pace. So let me know all your feedback. Definitely work on keeping the right rear cool, keeping it planted. Rotate it off of it, but don't jump on the throttle hard. You will get loose off the corners, and you can easily get loose in the center of the corner with it. And as soon as you heat that right rear up, it's going to be tough to drive the car. It's just going to want to spin on you. So that would be my biggest tip for this week for sure, if you're going to attempt it. It's a lot of fun, though, when you can master it. It is a lot of fun. I enjoy this track a lot. I just struggle badly at it. So until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.